welcome back to another episode of the Pete Wolf Chat, and happy Sunday!
Happy Sunday, no race weekend.
No race weekend. We're gonna talk about, do a little recap of the 2021 season so far.
Yeah.
Who's exceeded our expectations.
Mm-hmm.
Who's reached them and who has fell short.
Yeah. 4 races in.
Mm.
What is there anything that stands out to you as a surprise?
Not necessarily a surprise, but a good start for Mercedes once again.
Yeah. It really has been. It's
Lewis' best start of the season ever.
Yeah.
So.
And looking at what it was in testing, it's a good catch up they've been doing to get to where
I'm not surprised. I wouldn't expect anything less from them. But
that's very true. But yeah, I guess we can just go through the list.
No, I think if I had to pick, my biggest surprise of the season would be how well Ferrari is doing. Because
fourth.
Was not expecting that. So fourth and very close to McLaren. Because you can always expect Mercedes and Red Bull, especially Red Bull with their strong beginning. So you would expect the two teams to be up there, and then McLaren with the Mercedes engine. You expect them to be third. Might expect them to be more third, if you know what I mean, like a bit higher up. But Ferrari, only 5 points behind McLaren in the Constructor Championship, is my surprise.
No, yeah, for sure. It's I don't think any of us could really hope for that Ferrari was going to pick up that much in just one season. But they've been great, and it looks like it's going to be like a 2-horse race in the battle for third this year. Because last year it was 3.
Yeah.
But as we look at the list now, it's like Ferrari with 60 points, Alpine with 15, and AlphaTauri with 10, and Aston Martin isn't even up there in the fight really. So 5 points. It's gonna be tough for them to catch up to really battle for third.
Yeah.
I think.
No, it's clearly 1 and 2, and then 3 and 4, and then whatever. There's still 3 back markers, but it's very much different leagues within the F1 championship.
It really is.
So what would be your most exceeded expectation? Either driver or team or circuit or whatever, one that did way better than you thought.
Driver, I think it's Sainz, because Sainz has just been so good from the get-go. He's really gotten comfortable in the car. So I think driver-wise, he's the one that has gotten going the best, from the people that switch teams.
Right, so Ferrari is the biggest winner so far.
Yeah, I think so.
They're not winning, but biggest winner of the first 4 races.
I think so. Just from the horrible season they had last year and the recovery they've made, and getting a new driver, getting him up to speed, and him being comfortable enough. It's been really good to see.
It has.
In terms of the other side of the spectrum, most most shocking is maybe Aston.
Yeah, I think that's no surprise. And Vettel.
Yeah. But it's just the...
He scored 0 points.
He scored 0 points. And it... but it's a team thing and a thing with him, I think.
Yeah, because last year... Racing Point arrived at a third in the championship. In the first few races, they
should have gotten third last year with the car they had, and they're fumbling it away.
Yeah, so they didn't get third in the end, but when, after the first 4 races, you thought, they were definitely third.
Yeah, for sure, which is why I'm a bit it's on the team side, because they should have finished third last year, because they had the better car over Renault and McLaren, but they lost out with reliability and also some team decisions, tactics. So they lost that third place, and it seems then this year when the car isn't up to date, it looks and they do bad decisions, that makes it even worse.
I just remember before the season started how much hope we had for Vettel, to be like, this is his new beginning, his fresh start.
Yeah.
And it hasn't exactly been that way, so I think that's the biggest disappointment.
Yeah, I feel like Aston is using all their money on the launch and on marketing and on the branding side to really get people behind the Aston Martin, where they should be just throwing money at getting this car more developed and like...
Well, they're too busy complaining about the new regulations impacting them more than other cars.
Yeah. But when you see like Ferrari that started out that bad and it's like by the next race wins the race.
Ferrari?
No, I mean Mercedes. Sorry.
Say what?
When you see Mercedes had the same problem in testing and then...
Yeah, but it's a different mindset, I think.
Yeah, it is. It's like if you choose to sit down and complain or if you choose to go about and try to fix it yourself, which is what Mercedes does.
But they did fix the car to begin with, whereas Aston Martin has sort of inherited the car as it is, so it's probably harder to develop a car you don't fully understand.
Maybe, yeah. And that is a bit that comes with it. Like that happened with every Ferrari car last year as well, with the engine side and some parts. But I think it's something like team culture and mindset as well. So yeah, it's a huge disappointment with that, but hopefully that can be looking better in 2022.
Always going back to the 2022.
I mean, that is all we can hope for, though. Really, like that's what the regulations is meant to do, at least. Yeah.
I think if we go again like on a more positive, so we can balance things out, happy place and then a bit more disappointed and then going back to the happy place. I think Lando is doing fantastic.
Very good, yeah.
Yeah, because McLaren is third in championship, and when you look at it, it's a lot to do with Lando and a bit less with Ricciardo, even though it's brought some good points to the team, 24 out of 65, but hopefully more in the future. But Lando doing great.
Lando's doing great. We can then do Ricciardo. Like I think he's doing what is sort of expected of him. Like getting used to the car, but at least he's still bringing in some points and getting them ahead in that fight.
It is, and I think as the races go, it's going to be more and more comfortable, and I still believe McLaren, as it is now, is stronger than Ferrari, so...
Yeah, I think so too.
If Ricciardo gets properly comfortable in the car, then they should be flying for third.
Yeah, hopefully. And it's only a point actually between Leclerc and Norris in the championship at the moment. So
it is, but
it's gonna be very tight there as well.
True. I'm rooting for Lando.
Yeah, me too. Charles, he's in Ferrari. He's gonna get some wins later.
True. He's got
he got some wins as well.
Long contract as well, so plenty of time.
Yeah, I think Norris has as well actually. A pretty long contract. Not as long as Charles, but he has a long contract with McLaren.
It's definitely in the long-term strategy of the team.
More disappointment for me, Yuki Tsunoda. I think that it might be a case of overhype, but
maybe.
And he did so well in testing
and in the first race.
For
once we
only a code.
For once we agree on something.
Yeah. But he did great, but after that he's been doing more of the mistakes that is expected of a rookie, but just like
I think he set the expectations too high on the first race.
Yeah.
And then his attitude, I don't think I strongly dislike. So.
Yeah. I think a lot of people are going to that as well. It's like they strongly dislike the attitude. And then he was maybe a bit overhyped, like he's gonna do rookie mistakes and stuff, but that's maybe why I'm a bit disappointed with him.
Yeah, because
I don't expect him to win.
He was built up as like this prodigy.
Yeah, he's just taking to the car so easily, and it's incredible how quickly he's got on top of the AlphaTauri. And then in the other races now, it's more of he's a rookie, so he is doing the mistakes. He's had some crashes, and he had the car stopped working in the last race as well, so that wasn't his fault, but...
Yeah, it probably depends on the circuit as well. I'm guessing also, during the off-season, he probably maybe got as prepared as he could for the circuit, and maybe as the races are closer together now, maybe he doesn't have as much time to prepare. I don't know.
Maybe. Well, it comes with being a rookie. But,
true. But... It's probably some tracks are going to be easier on rookies than others.
Probably, yeah. But just like in terms of his attitude and the way he was promoted to the public, it's slightly disappointment. But like some of it is expected, like the mistakes he's doing, but it's also like the how he handles it.
Yeah.
That has been somewhat of a disappointment when he's from Japan. That is so much into like respect and.
Yeah, I guess you can't have a general idea of people.
I guess
apparently.
not.
Well, also when you're in Formula One or any kind of race, I don't know, society, company, or industry. That's the word I was looking for.
Industry.
It's so much international. So maybe it's from Japan, but it's also very much international culture-wise. So.
Yeah, probably. Yeah.
And going back up, who is doing better than expected? Maybe Haas? Or
yeah, what 0 points?
Yeah, great. No, like Mick is doing better than I would expect.
Mick actually did the first overtake Haas has done. Well, it's a stupid statistic because it's in a decade.
Right.
It's
yeah, but like him beating Latifi in some races is better than you would expect because he's a rookie. He's in a Haas like a year behind car. So it's better than expected, in my opinion, at least.
Yeah, no, for sure. And he seems to be progressing well. Has some good. I think he has the team behind him.
Yeah, but I would expect because the Haas has been very honest as like the car is what it is. That's as good as it's gonna get for the season.
Yeah.
So I would expect them to be way back, like way back. They are back, but they're not much behind Williams, which
just got new owner. Well, what I heard at least is that the new owners of Williams has pushed in 100 million to the team, but it's probably been more on the structural side of getting new people in, restructuring how they work to make it more efficient and better. And I think you see some improvement of it because Williams, although Latifi isn't the best representation of Williams, I think they're doing better than last year. Like they seem to have a little bit more pace, like they're still behind, but both of them were able to get into Q2 at some points.
Do you think, because when you look at it, you wouldn't see any difference in the points between Williams and Haas and Alfa Romeo. So do you think the scoring system is fair? Do you think only the first 10 should get points, or would it be more fair and like more representative on the long run if, the first one gets how many points, whatever, but then the last one gets 0, and then 19th 1 point, and then 18th 2 points, so that even if you're not in the first 10, you still get a few points, and so you can actually tell between the back markers who's better and worse.
Right. I guess if you wanted to see like who is the absolute worst and who is the absolute best in that sense.
Well, absolute best, you already have the idea.
Yeah, but that's you want to see like everything, not just like the top 10, which will be the best ones, and then nothing for the rest. Yeah, I guess so, but I think they look more on the times, like the speeding, qualifying, and like lap times.
Yeah, but you still look at them, it's like 0 points for Alfa Romeo, 0 points for Williams, and 0 points for Haas. Yeah. So on paper, it looks the same.
Yeah, it looks the same. But if you watch the races, then it's pretty clear that Alfa Romeo and Williams is a step over Haas, I think. Like on pace, like
Alfa Romeo, definitely. They've had some pretty good starts of races.
Yeah, the other Williams' pace isn't like completely bad. It's just they have a bad car. Like they can't follow anyone.
Depends who you're talking about. Because if you're looking at Russell, it's been overtaking a few other teams than Williams and Haas. But if you look at Latifi, he's definitely in between Mazepin and Mick. So I guess
but it's just the one race that Mick overtook him. But it's an overtake nonetheless for Haas, but I think generally it looks like Williams has a little bit more pace than Haas, which they should have. So it seems like the investment is going, but it's just not showing. It's not enough to show on the point set when you do the restructure of the company yet. Like when Toto went in to restructure Mercedes, that didn't just go in one season. It takes a season or two.
Probably. 2022.
Can't wait for that to happen.
AlphaTauri, I think, is on the happy end of the spectrum.
Yeah. They're only 5 points behind Alpine, which is, I think, realistic that they're going to be fighting with them.
Yeah, but they're better than Aston Martin and better than Alfa Romeo, whereas last season AlphaTauri and Alfa Romeo were sort of direct competitors. And now, like, they've got 10 points, whereas Alfa Romeo has 0. So
yeah, true.
They're doing great for themselves.
Yeah, I think they're doing it right. I was thinking they might be stronger because they were also looking pretty good in testing. And on the free practice and qualifying, they look pretty strong sometimes. It looks like it's mistakes, and then in the race they're just anonymous and just disappears.
Yeah, but they have a rookie, so it's less reliable. Like, Gasly is doing pretty great.
He's doing okay as well. Yeah, he has 8 points. So I wouldn't say like great, but
but he has more points than Fernando Alonso.
Yeah, that's another one we can be a bit disappointed about, I guess.
Yeah, I wasn't expecting much of him, to be honest.
Me neither, really. But I expected a little bit more than 5 points. But
I think
they're getting to grips with it. Ocon has 10, so twice as much.
Yeah, but twice as many. But he also was in the car last year. I think biggest disappointment as well is Perez.
Yeah, it hasn't been great. Like, people talk about his recovery drives and stuff like that, which is good, but it's absolutely useless to Red Bull.
Well, no, the one race where he was up there out-qualified Max, then that's the race Max won, because then they could attack Mercedes at the start of the race.
Yeah, but that was not a recovery drive.
No,
then he was there from the beginning.
No, I'm not talking recovery. So it's counting for the team. It's just irregular at the moment, which hopefully becomes a regular thing, because that's what Red Bull needs. But like, he's got a lot of experience, so you would expect him to be like, he's in a car that was the favorite at the beginning of the season. So.
The thing is, like, he has pace and he looks okay, but it's just like he gets stuck and it's like having bad starts, getting stuck behind Leclerc.
Bad strategy.
Yeah. Stuff like, well, like, for the second driver, I feel Red Bull is better on the strategy to get up there, and then they are on the first driver at the moment. But yeah, he needs to be have great starts and be there, so Red Bull has something to play on.
I think Red Bull in general has been a disappointment for me. Like, not Max. Max is fighting directly with Lewis, so great for them. But Red Bull was the favorite at the beginning of the season, and then they're like Mercedes pulling away, at least team wise. Maybe not obviously driver wise, but Mercedes is still the team to beat. Yeah,
no, Perez has to get up there.
Yeah, but I don't think it's only Perez. It's also...
No, I agree with you.
Mercedes is just superior mindset-wise. They're quick to react. They have amazing strategies. And Red Bull, I think, are still in sort of like the loser mentality, not reacting as quickly. And they have terrible strategies sometimes.
Yeah. Well, yeah. I agree that Mercedes is just showing us the true colors of why they are the best team. It's not just the development of the car. They actually get to use their expertise in all areas right now. It's interesting to see if they have just been gambling and it's paid off so far.
Who? What?
Mercedes, like with the strategy in Spain.
Right. That's such
it's a bit of a gamble to like get through all the people that... There's blue flags, but like getting past Nikita Mazepin on a blue flag is not the easiest thing in the world. Or Bottas.
That was funny.
So.
Yeah, but when you have Lewis and you have a strong, reliable car, you can sort of play a riskier game.
Exactly, but Red Bull can also do that. I think it's just they have. I think they come into that too much of like. They almost believe that they were ahead, or like they are the best car. I think they still believe that, and then too much like passive, while Mercedes go into it like we are the underdogs, and they are the ones that have to be aggressive, and Red Bull gets left having to react.
But I think that's the biggest strength of Mercedes, because when, like, for the past 7 years, they've come into the season like as if they were underdogs, even though they've been leading massively throughout the years, and yet they still show up, do the work, and put everything they have into it, even though they were so ahead.
Mm-hmm.
It's insane when you think about it. Lewis is a bit of the same. It's like they're the best, they're far ahead, and still they put as much work and more work than some of the teams and drivers.
Yeah.
Like, the mindset you must have is pretty impressive.
Yeah, it's way harder to lead than to chase. Because lead, you have to set the benchmark, while the chasers always know where the benchmark is.
And it's so easy to become
complacent.
Exactly, thank you. I was looking for the word. It's so easy to say, well, I'm the worst. I'm the best.
Mm-hmm.
I'm first, and that's how it is. And I can rely on that. Whereas they keep pushing.
Yeah, no, I totally agree. Like, the mentality of Mercedes, the whole team, and how they go, is really fun to see.
Mm-hmm.
But I think that's where Red Bull is lacking, because before, when they clearly haven't had a car quick enough to match Mercedes, last year Red Bull was the ones doing the crazy strategies to see if they could gain an advantage, and sometimes it worked because Max won a couple of races last year.
Mm-hmm.
But I think this year, when they have the car, they're too like nervous to pull the trigger on the risky strategies when they're in the winning positions. So I think they just, like, now they have the car, they should go with the risky strategies to just maximize, because, like, just leave no stone unturned basically. But obviously it's tough to do that when you're in the lead.
Yeah, I think it's like Red Bull is seeing it as small risk, small reward, and Mercedes is big risk, big reward at the moment, and it's paying off.
But I love Red Bull, so I still think that they can realize this and they can do something about it for the rest of the season. I don't think it's doomed, but they at least have to stop second guessing themselves when they're in the lead. They have to be Red Bull, basically. Be the aggressive ones.
They have to keep pushing. Like, I know they say it, but they have to actually push, even if they're in the lead.
Yeah, and stop making these fucking mistakes.
Yeah. Well, I think that's a good enough recap of the first 4 races of the season.
I think so too.
Any guess or bet or estimation you want to make for the remaining 19 races in 2021? Go crazy. Give me something.
Max wins, Sergio 3rd, Bottas 5th, Lewis 2nd, Norris 4th.
Don't believe it, but okay. At least you went crazy there.
Mm-hmm. What's your predictions?
Well, if I have to make a crazy one, because an easy one is, for me, Lewis is gonna win. So crazy. Yeah, Perez 3rd. Let's go crazy.
Alright. That's all for this time.
Enjoy your week and see you next week for the race.
Yeah, I don't know which race it is, but
Monaco?
Oh yeah, it's true.
It's like the most exciting race of the season.
My bad. Yeah, see you in Monaco.
Bye.
Bye.